YouTube, back in the day gamer here. We're once again heading to the Detroit Retro Gaming Show. It's 8 in the morning. We're jamming Bob Seger. We're speeding because we left late. But we got a couple of beers in the backpack for when we get there. We'll see you then.
Alright YouTube, so here we are back in the game room doing some voiceover on the B-roll. As much as I would have loved to do this live, it's just too difficult. First, you know, with high ceilings and all the people talking, the audio always ends up being terrible every time I try this, so I'm just going to go ahead and bite the bullet and voice over the B-roll. But then, you know, it's also really hard because I get distracted by all the things I want to buy, like these things. But we'll come back to this table. So I got in early, and right now I'm walking around shooting the B-roll before everybody else gets in and it gets packed assholes to elbows. It's a lot easier this way. You get a better shot at things. There's less of back of people's heads. And, you know, here we are looking at things. Just walking around these conventions is always fucking great. You never know what you're going to find. You never know the things you see that you need to have before you knew you needed to have them, like these right here, which we'll talk about on the way back. Tabletop Arcade Pac-Man is one of my holy grails there. I like that Mario Kart too. I love that everybody started putting the handhelds in those little card binder holders. That works out great. Great for sifting through them, a lot easier. One of the things I hate about conventions is when some table isn't organized. Usually I just glaze over it because if it's not organized, they probably don't have them priced and blah blah blah. But anyhow, I like when they organize the handhelds in the baseball card binders. One of these days I'm going to end up going home with a marquee, probably a Pac-Man. I don't have a lot of stuff hanging in the game room. There's not a lot of space anyhow. Leave the space for games, but one day I'm going to end up with a marquee. Probably be Ghosts and Goblins or Rastan. Here we go with a bunch of Nintendo sweetness. Since it just started, all these games are nice and alphabetized and organized, priced, easy to go through. Oh, that Nintendo sign. So cool. So cool. Yeah, that's quite a price tag. Not cool enough. A bunch of heavy hitters sitting up on there. And then right here, boom, a bunch of heavy hitters as well. Several of those I want, especially that Russian roulette game. 3D print things is another thing that has been catching my eye of late, and I like these warp pipes. I picked up a couple of them for Angry Baby. A lot of cool things that I used restraint and didn't buy, but I did end up with some things. Would have liked to have more games come home with me than I had, but you know me, I'm basically hunting NES and picking up handhelds to satiate the need for more games. But look at the gold box D&D IBM games. Weakness. What started my love RPGs, that series right there. Wasn't too many people with cases of games this time, which is good because usually those games are way overpriced. But here we got a big old wall of plushies. Ended up going through those and getting something for Angry Baby as well. Got a lot of stuff for Angry Baby. Now here we go. The convention is fully underway. There was a big line up right off the bat to get in. They got people in fast, and immediately it was becoming assholes to elbows. So the B-roll isn't going to be that much more plentiful, but every pass I made through the convention, which I made quite a few passes, I found more things. So we're going to, you know, keep bringing you that footage because that's why you're watching this video. Because you either went to the convention or you wanted to or you know, just wondered. So there's those gold box D&D games again. Pool of Radiance, that was the starter for me. That was the one that started it all. Every time I see those, it stops me in my tracks. I've also been wanting the Scooby-Doo game for a while, but I remember when that sucker was about $10. Complete in box. Yeah, probably ain't gonna end up with it. Biker Mice from Mars. PlayStation 2. I'm gonna get that one of these days. Did you notice the ICP game right next to it? This table had some cool stuff right here. I really like this. I think it's a Switch holder. I'm not sure. Thought Angry Baby would like it. Caught my eye. Didn't take it home with me though. Almost snagged that game. The colors were really catching my eye. Like things like this you find at conventions. Signed toys. Once again, using restraint to stay away from that. This Game Pawn store was a new place opening up locally, so they had themselves a booth, and to catch your eye, they had a prize wheel. Back in the day, Gamer gave it a spin, and lo and behold,
So you're gonna get whatever it lands on. Which is
drawstring bag. That was the top prize. So I got me one of those, and I was gonna put all my stuff in it. And then when I set it down to Game Shop later on, I lost it.
Oh, I saw that on.
Check out that store. I heard good things about it.
Cool. Thank you, sir.
good through the end of the year.
Good luck at the store.
And I really was drawn to this amiibo case. There were some things in there that I wanted. The one I was really going to get was all fucked up though, so I passed. But I really wanted to get that as well. But it used restraint. The first time I laid eyes on an Atari VCS. I've been hankering for one of those Hyperkin Game Boy players. Made my way back over to the marquee table. The Pac-Man marquee was really calling to me, but I passed. Pussy. Made my way over here again to this shelf. Now, I thought Angry Baby would really appreciate these because they're squishy and he loves figures like this. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to splurge and buy this whole lot. Yeah. It was hundreds of dollars. He wanted to sell the whole lot also. I really wanted Wario, but he didn't want to separate them. So didn't come home with me. This Death Star station in box. Never was a Star Wars guy. Had some, just garage sale finds, but G.I. Joe was where it was for back in the day gamer. Everything Pac-Man catches my eye. So yeah, had to look at that. Whoa, look at this guy. Almost went home with that too. A couple years ago I got me the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one that I ended up picking up super cheap, but that one wasn't cheap and I didn't pick it up. But over here at this table, these caught my eye earlier, so I had to make my way back and see what it was all about. So here we are at the booth seeing what it's all about.
Alrighty, sir. What's your name? Is your name Vendor?
No, my name's Steve.
Vendor's Steve's cool, but Vendor's a pretty cool
A lot
name.
of people named Vendor in here, so Steve's a much more unique name than Vendor.
All right, Steve. Well, these look really cool.
Well, thank you.
So-
It took a long time to make.
Yeah. Which one was your favorite?
My favorite one to make is probably Fester's Quest, but nobody cares about that game.
Really?
Yeah,
That's the one I was thinking about getting.
Yeah, my family, my dad was really into the old horror movies, like black and white ones, like
Uh-huh.
Wolfman, Universal Monsters, and Godzilla. And so he loved the Addams Family because he watched the Munsters.
Uh-huh.
And so we went to the movies and saw the 90s Addams Family movies. We rarely ever went to the movies. So that whole Addams Family thing's been in my family for us. So I obviously had to have the Nintendo game.
Yeah.
So I played this a lot. So I had the most fun making this one just because I liked the game. That took the longest to Friday the 13th book, and it's been the bestseller. Punch-Out's catching it pretty quick though. But yeah.
Yeah. I was eyeing Fester's Quest because that's the one I haven't beat.
Yeah, you haven't beat that?
So-
you can beat it in about 45 minutes. There's only a couple of things that you need to know that's inside the book.
Uh-huh.
You beat it on the first try probably.
You figure it out yourself?
Me?
Uh-huh.
Most of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But so the cool thing about these books is we look at everything. We go 20 pages deep on Google, every single YouTube tutorial, every single thing, that source that's available, every speedrunner, every high score expert. We use a tool-assisted software that can break the code down for us. I have people that work for me that do that. So if I want to know something in a game like why does this work, they break that down and tell me why. So we've cracked the code on this. We know more than the developer knew. Right? So we put all that information into a palatable form so that you can follow along and beat the game as easy as possible.
Very interesting. Very cool.
Thank you.
Thank you for all your hard work, sir.
Okay.
I'm going to put a link in here so you guys can check these out.
You can check out my website. It's 8bitsteve.com, the number 8bitsteve.com. These are actually not for sale online right now because these are the last books that I have.
Oh,
of these.
uh-oh.
So they're in person only for right now.
Oh, well,
But
then I'm
go
going
to
to
the website and check them out. I may restock. We'll see.
All right, I'm going to have to buy a couple then.
Yeah.
All right, Steve. 3 quick questions.
Okay.
Fire it off, all right?
Okay.
Favorite game, favorite movie, favorite album.
Favorite game, Princess Tomato and the Salad Kingdom. Favorite movie, Braveheart. Favorite album is probably Prom Cleansing.
Wow. That
I really enjoyed talking to that guy, so I thought, let's talk to some other guys.
All right, good to run into you, sir. What was your name
What's
again?
good? It's your boy T-Jax. Good to meet you, man.
Likewise,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right, 3 questions,
Yes, I'm
T-Jax.
all ears.
Favorite game, favorite movie, favorite album.
All right, favorite video game of all time has to be Digimon Realm Arena on the original PlayStation. Favorite movie, you said?
Yeah.
All time has to be Do the Right Thing, Spike Lee joint, one of my favorite movies of all time. And favorite album?
Yes.
Favorite album of all time has to be The Cool Kids. Chuck English and Mikey Rock's The Cool Kids.
Cool.
Big
All right,
set
well,
album.
that was 3 unique choices.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Thank you very
Good to
much.
meet you. Yeah, have a good one.
Happy times.
Peace. Yeah.
After we finished up talking, he told me about the back room, which I didn't know about. So I made my way through here, and I was very happy with what I found. Lots of stuff to look at, which we'll kind of skip over, but here's where they had the arcade games set up. I really wanted to play this Dracula pinball game. They'd advertised having that, and I was a sucker for Dracula, but never got to because there was other people playing it, and I couldn't stand not buying games. So I had to keep going, but this guy right here, oh man, these things are so badass. First time I saw him was a couple months ago at the Cleveland show, and I had to come back and get a look at them at this show. So before I did, woo, Galaga, yeah. So we make it over to the table, and right here, this one, that's the one that screams Angry Baby right there, the Mario one. I ended up picking that up for him, but before we get more into that, let's talk to this gentleman.
We're going to ask this guy a couple of questions. We got to tilt the camera up.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Off the cuff. Favorite game, favorite movie, favorite album.
Favorite game? Anything Mario, but probably Madden. Played tons and tons of Madden.
Which one?
Oh, the one with Mike Vick on the cover. Those cheat codes. You just rolled them out, and he was up. It was 10 yards every single time. Favorite movie? Batman, Dark Knight, Heath Ledger. I mean,
Good choice.
Yeah. Favorite album? Ooh, that's tough. That's tough.
Don't put too much thought into it.
I know. Okay. Hey, we're in Michigan. Let's represent Eminem, of course, right?
Oh, all right.
Rapper of all time.
All right. Good call.
Yeah.
Alrighty, sir. What's your name?
My name's Adam. I'm with Intergalactic Supply. You can find us on IG or Facebook. We sell 3D Linicure photos. We also sell retro gaming mystery boxes. And yeah, man, we just have fun with it.
Well, they are super cool. This one's going in my kid's room. He thanks you. It shows up on the photo too. All right. 3 questions for you.
Yes,
Ready?
sir.
Favorite game, favorite movie, favorite album.
All right. Favorite album, Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon. Favorite movie, They Live.
Oh.
All right, and then
Game.
favorite game, I'm gonna go with Super Metroid.
Good choices all around. Thank you, sir. We'll be sure to put this in the video.
Yeah, man.
'Cause it's super cool. All right. We got Joe here from VGM.
All right, fire away. What do you
3
got?
question quiz. Joe, you ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Go.
Favorite game, favorite movie, favorite album.
Favorite game, Mega Man. Favorite movie, Home Alone. Favorite album, Pearl Jam 10. Boom!
Boom. You win. That's the speed. You win. Those are good choices too.
I mean, it wasn't
Good
bad.
choices.
I would go back on Home Alone, and I'd probably say Caddyshack if I thought.
Oh, I think Home Alone's better. Let's go see what they have to say.
All right. Did I do all right?
All right. I'm putting you guys on the spot.
All right.
We got.
Oh, you can't.
Well, we have to. We have
got,
to.
you
Okay.
gotta have earplugs.
No. Well, we'll ask them at the same time. Okay. So we got Square Peg, Gamer Aimer here. 3 question quiz. Fire them off. I'm gonna ask the 3, but just at the same time answer them. Okay. All right.
No pausing.
Favorite game, favorite movie, favorite album.
Okay.
Game,
Suikoden 2.
Mortal Kombat
movie,
Big Lebowski.
2. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
album.
Boy. 10. Pearl Jam.
One of the Metallica ones. I don't know if it's black or just Metallica.
No, you mean And Justice for All.
Okay, that's the one. That's the one. I
Good
love
deal.
them all. I I need Momo.
Good answer.
So that's all my B-roll from the Detroit Retro Game Show. Here's my pickups. That's what you've been waiting to see, right? Real quick, we'll get out of the way the shit I bought for Angry Baby. Recently, Mrs. Back in the Day Gamer just redid his whole room Mario because he's addicted to Mario. So I got him some Mario shit. This super cool pillow. I end up using that a little bit more for naps and video game lumbar, but we're potty training him, so we pick up some potty prizes, right? Got a couple of McDonald's Happy Meal toys. We got Luigi's Mansion guy, Mario Kart. It's not Luigi Mansion guy, Luigi Mansion Luigi, Mario Kart. I got him a little Goomba where you wind it up and he hops. It's one of them old school wind up toys. Potty prize. Another one is a mystery machine. You know, little stuff. Just picking stuff up here and there. Love picking stuff up. Here, these were originally going to be for him, but they're probably going to end up being for me. We'll get some B-roll. There's some Mario toys. These are old school from like 1990 or 89. And they're not your typical, I don't know, they might not be like licensed or whatever, but I've never seen anything like them. And they might be worth some loot, but I think I'm going to hang on to them. They might look good up here in Castle Grayskull. As I said, we're going to get into the games. They're right here, but loving this 3D print shit. So I got him a couple of warp pipes to go on his shelf in his new Mario room. Put some amiibos on there. And then got this really cool castle parapet one. Yeah, I like that a lot. So yeah, now I can finally give those to him and instead of having him sit here. One of the first things I bought is this Sword of Vermilion hint book that, you know, I believe this is your manual that came with the game. It's a game I've always been wanting to get into. I have it. Still need the box. I have the cartridge. The case, not the box. But this is really neat. Thick. It's real thick. It's full color. It's nice. It's very nice. Sword of Vermilion. That's moving up on the backlog right now. The Mario lenticular triple thing with Princess Mario and Bowser on it. That hangs in his room, but once again I wanted to stress going to Intergalactic Supply, which I will put a link right here. Maybe not a link, but it's spelled E-N-T, so it's not intergalactic, it's intergalactic. Those things are badass. And I need a Pac-Man one. I need a Pac-Man one bad. That's why I kept his card. We got some games, right? We got some games. But first, no, we're going to save this for last. We'll save this for last. We got some games. So, the Xbox. I finally busted it out. I say I'm going to all the time and then I don't. But I did. Because I picked up some, they might not be bangers, but it's too late for Halloween. This will be next year, one of next year's Halloween games. Dr. Muto! You know, Xbox. I had it when it came out. I was just out of high school, so it's not super old school for me, but it is some actual back in the day shit. So I love Xbox games. Never played that one before. Only heard mention of it like once. Glad to have it. I got a Namco Museum 50th anniversary. It's got Pac-Man on the spine. That's what caught my eye, but it's got a lot of good ones on there. I'm not going to go through them, but you know what I'm talking about. Those are sweet. Now, these games, since Mav's getting into games now, we've been playing Mario Odyssey, and there's some parts in it that are just too tough for him. I mean, he's only 3. I'm still just bewildered by how he can play the game because he's 3 on the Switch controller with all the damn buttons, but there's some parts that, you know, he can't read and shit. But these caught my eye. He loves Pac-Man. He calls them Gom Gom. I never played these before. Just, I don't know why. I don't know why I have. Actually, never heard anything about them. But Pac-Man World 2, Pac-Man World 3, 3D Pac-Man games. I'm in. I'm in, baby. The gem of my pickup lot, I feel like I got some handheld games. I'm going to look again and we'll take a second. But the gem of my pickups is this Dragon Warrior Nintendo Power Strategy Guide. Which, yeah, we'll get some B-roll here. But this thing is fucking sweet. super sweet. It's very similar to the Explorer's Handbook that came with Dragon Warrior originally, but this is something I don't think I've ever seen. I really like the, shit, what's his name? It's not the Dragon Warrior. The bad guy, Dragon Lord. I really like the depiction of him on this. It's badass, but this is just really sweet. It's like a mini Nintendo Power all about Dragon Warrior. And I'm in, baby! So, Steve Venderman's booth that we were at. The games. Not the games. The books. The strategy guides. Now, back in the day, Gamer refuses to look anything up. So, I was skeptical whether I would get into these books because it's cheating, you know. Is it cheating? I don't know. I thought about it. And I made an executive decision that it's not cheating. Because after talking with him, and you heard what he had to say, he put much more time into making this than they put in writing things in a Nintendo Power article. So that being said, I feel this is very similar to a Nintendo Power, but a giant labor of love made by a fan, and I don't feel it's looking it up because I can look at a Nintendo Power. I don't find that cheating. So I just said, you know what? Make an executive decision. Fuck it, this is a Nintendo Power. So I had him sign it and everything. I went with the Fester's Quest one because I already beat Punch-Out, I already beat Jaws. I felt it would be cheating if I got the Friday the 13th one because I just felt it would be. I feel the Fester's Quest game is just broken, and there's, like he said, there's only like one or two things you really need to know to beat the game. So I don't know. Who the fuck spends that much time writing an unofficial strategy guide on how to beat Fester's Quest, right? That interested me the most. Even though, as of now, I haven't played the game forever. I think the game sucks. It just super interested me, and I picked it up. So I also picked one up for you guys. This is a spare copy I want to give away. And I had him sign it to you, whoever it is that's going to get it. So we get thumbnail. How are we going to decide who gets that? Well, first, I don't know. I'm just going to decide because it's my channel and I can. But if you want it, really want it. Don't just be like, I'm going to get it. It's not worth anything, right? You can't resell it, probably. Well, you probably can. But I mean, I want somebody to really want it. I want to know why you want it. Tell me something about the game. I want to hear a story about how you went over a buddy's house and played it, or you, even better, like myself, rented it. And why you love the Addams Family. The best comment on that's going to get it. But if you want it, let me know you want it too. If you want to leave a comment, awesome. But if you don't want it, let me know. I'll give it to someone who does. Thought that would be cool, right? That's how I'm going to give it away. So I'm going to take a second here to look because I feel like I picked up some handhelds that aren't in here. I couldn't find them. So I either did pick some up or I didn't. I'm thinking about something else. But either way, must not be that important if I can't even remember. Detroit Retro Gaming Show. Fantastic. This was year 3. It's way bigger than last year, which was year 2. I didn't know about it for year 1, so this was my second year going, and I'm sad I missed the first year. He's already talking about next year and how it's going to be even bigger already, so that's fantastic, right? That's my experience from this year's Detroit Retro Gaming Show. It's fantastic. Definitely go. Make sure you go if you're in the area. It's about an hour drive for me. It was worth it. Great talking to everybody. Great digging through things. Great finding things. Gonna play me some Xbox. Yeah, for real. Go. I actually think he's talking about doing 2 shows. There might be one in April. So do yourself a favor. Hit it up on Facebook so you don't miss it like I did the first one. But, ooh, you hear that? Wheel of Fortune down in the other room. So I gotta go watch Wheel. Thanks for tuning in to my channel. I hope you like this video. Make sure you check out the Detroit Retro Gaming Show. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And until next time, YouTube, keep it retro. Thumbnail.